Is that the drum roll?
I don't.
The drum roll.
Badly, but.
I don't know. Hey, everybody, it is Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead. The crowd goes wild. There's explosions and things. And yeah, you gotta do that. No. Make explosion. Explosion.
Explosion.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here, I've got a question for you. Bowl, yes. What do you think I could possibly be pouring into this bowl?
I think it's Lucky Charms, the marshmallows.
Okay.
No, is that
I'm going to try not to show them, but hear that?
Oh, you can see.
Nope.
You can see a little bit of cereal.
Cereal?
Paper clips.
Paper clips?
Yeah.
Well, hear about this. Listen, I'm going to put one of these things into my pie hole. Ready?
I told you, Count Chocula. I told you it's not seeds.
Seeds?
It's
I'm very hungry.
Lucky Charms. It's just the marshmallows.
Here, you try one. Ooh, I'm gonna show them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, freeze-dried
grapes. Oh,
grapes.
Goodness gracious!
And this is better than Lucky Charms. I kid you not. These things are amazing. They're crunchy. Mm-hmm. You can hydrate them back if you want to. Mm-hmm. And
I don't. I eat them straight just like that.
Just like that.
It is the best snack ever.
We are going to be talking about some preparedness stuff today. And I know it's not a very good host thing to be eating on a live stream. No. But these are straight up candy, people.
It really is. I mean, you guys have eaten grapes at some point in your life, and they're super sweet. No, these are not dehydrated. These are freeze-dried.
Freeze-dried.
Totally different. Dehydrated makes something very hard to eat, in my opinion.
Well, I'm going to keep those out.
But freeze-dried, they're actually super, it's almost, not even like styrofoam. No, I can't say like that. But it's super easy to eat.
This? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's if you don't hydrate it. You can hydrate it, and then it becomes just like a grape.
Well, ish like a grape. It's not going to be like super juicy like you would have a regular grape that you bought from the store.
Strawberries?
But,
oh my gosh, that smells so good.
I've made strawberry jam out of that. It's ridiculously good.
Kicking. There's a link in the description, but it's our Thrive Life foods.
Yeah, these are Thrive Life grapes and Thrive Life foods, but they are so good. And it is. Can I have a can?
Oh yeah, great. Show them that. See what's in there?
See that? Do you see that? That is it.
Grapes.
Just grapes. The strawberries, I think it's just strawberries, right? Yep, just strawberries. Like the bananas have is it ascorbic acid?
Yeah, just to keep the color
to keep them from turning brown. But these things are so good. You're not and okay, so dehydrated is so different than freeze dried.
We'll talk about that.
I know, but yeah,
we'll talk about it.
It's so good.
We'll talk about it, baby.
Drink my tea.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, guys. I don't think anybody, if you're online right now with your phone or your tablet or your computer, I don't think anybody would disagree with the statement that things are getting nutty.
A little bit.
Things are getting crazy. And so it's funny how just a few short months ago, preppers were crazy.
Oh, well, no, probably a year ago.
Right.
A year ago now. Right. Yeah. So, so preppers and homesteaders were nutty people.
Oh my! Why would you ever do that?
They're absolutely crazy people, and you know what? I think that has changed now. We're not crazy people.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have to run out to the store or run out of toilet paper
when it hit the great toilet paper shortage
of 2020.
When it hit, we didn't have to run to the store, like she said. We have stuff on hand. I call it food insurance. Because the truth is that nobody saw what was coming.
No. And
then nobody thought it was going to keep going. And now here we are staring down a major social issue. Let's just say it that way. That way YouTube doesn't, delete the video or do something crazy. Because they don't want you thinking there's anything wrong in River City.
No.
However, we pay for insurance on our homes.
And our cars.
And all our junk. And
boat. And ATV.
But it used to be that it was crazy if you had a few months of food on hand.
Right.
Dare I say a year?
Or even a few weeks of food on hand.
And then all of a sudden we were all witness to exactly why you should have some emergency preparedness item stuff at home. Because nobody saw what was coming.
No.
And so today we're going to talk about...
I wouldn't say nobody saw that was coming. But I won't go any further.
Censor yourself, baby.
No, I don't have to censor myself.
Yes,
I'm a woman. I can say whatever I want.
My.
I am not held responsible for the words that come out of my mouth because I'm a woman. I'll stop now.
So not only is she stealing one of my good jokes.
I did.
She's co-opting womanhood.
Yep.
For all women, you've been funneled into her prism.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah. Preparedness, guys. Preparedness.
I'm a little salty today.
You are salty today. You got to get closer to the mic so they can hear you salty.
Well, it's in the way. It needs to be over here.
Okay, you need me to help you with that that are sassy?
No, I got it.
You got it?
I got it.
You sure?
I got it.
Okay. I got a wrench for that. There's no wrench for it.
It's like, there is no wrench for that.
There's no wrench for that.
Yeah.
Hey, Christa's getting spicy. So here's the scoop, guys. Thrive Life Foods. We love our Thrive Life Foods. And this is probably the core of where all of our sustenance preparedness comes from. Yes, we get our rice and we get our beans and we get our stuff, and that goes into our 5-gallon buckets with the Mylar bags and the oxygen absorbers, and we have all that stuff. But, you know, where we live, it's hard to grow pineapple.
Hard to grow pineapple? It's impossible to grow pineapple.
Not if you got a really, really, really nice greenhouse.
It takes 18 months to grow a pineapple.
I know.
It's crazy.
I know. Hey.
You do. You recognize my mug?
Uh-huh.
Do you? Let's see.
Yeah. Yep. And thank you.
Yes. I love my mug.
So it's nearly impossible to grow a lot of the foods that we have adopted into our day-to-day eating. You know, you can grow grapes here, but could you store grapes for 30 years on the shelf without refrigeration? Because we can.
We can. How about strawberries? Can you store those on the shelf for 30 years without refrigeration?
We can.
Well, and even if you make it into jam, it still won't last 30 years.
No. Stuff's going to spoil.
Right.
So, oh gosh, Gunner.
Don't even go there.
Don't go there,
Don't
man.
go there. Oh,
Yeah.
man. That actually made my blood boil.
Yeah. Well, and isn't that guy, wasn't that guy in a former life like a priest, a pastor? I digress. We're actually not going to go there, believe it or not. What we want to do, because we don't live in fear. No. When we talk about preparedness, we're not ever going to try to scare you.
No.
There's TV and the internet for that. We don't have to do that.
This is just the way we live. This is our life. You know, we do these things, one, for our family, and two, for our daughter, Grace. She's G-tube fed, for those of you who don't know. And so I take certain freeze-dried items and blend them into a powder and mix it with our milk and our yogurt. And it gives her a super healthy diet. So.
Yeah. Now, yes. Okay. So the Thrive Life foods, they've become a cornerstone for us to build around. Once you've got your rice and once you've got your beans and all that stuff that's cheap, that you can load up and just stick it on the shelf. And if all of a sudden zombies come, you may not eat well, but you'll survive. You'd have rice and you won't have to rush out to the store. You can always throw some soy sauce or barbecue sauce and whatever.
Right. Different seasonings is important.
And so this is where we get some real nutritional diversity for us. Like that word, huh? Diversity.
Oh, that's a good word.
YouTube likes that word.
Yeah, they do like that word.
They like the diversity. And not only that, but it's just stuff you like to eat. I mean, we have strawberries and pineapple and celery. I haven't cut an onion in years, unless it's like for a specific recipe. Yeah,
like for pico, I have to use a store-bought onion.
Because it's the bigger pieces.
You want those bigger pieces and that crunch, you know, yeah.
But when you're making gravies or whenever you're making, anything, like if I made the meatloaf yesterday, I just scooped some onions, throw them right in there. Right. I don't cut it. It's just there. And the moisture in the meat, it rehydrates the onions and brings all that delicious flavor without chop. Right. And I got arthritis. So anytime I don't have to chop so much, that's a really nice thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What are some of your faves, the Thrive Life freeze-dried faves?
Well, the grapes are my favorite ones. Whenever I had a sweet tooth, like I'm hankering for something sweet, and you know what? I'm trying so very hard not to eat Reese's.
We have an entire little fridge full now.
For my birthday, our daughter Claire got me every Reese's brand item that they had at the store. Yeah, that's gonna last a while.
Yeah, she got gifted a big bag full. Big bag full.
So that's all fine and good, but I'm moderating what I'm eating. So I'm eating I'm eating less food, which is good for my body. And thank you, Gregory. So the grapes are one of my favorites. They're my favorite go-to for, okay, I need something sweet.
Sweet.
I just had a savory dinner. I need something sweet. I don't want a cookie. I don't want any cake. So I go and grab literally, here, let me have this bowl.
Yeah.
Literally just
Oh, it's this
way
many. Sweet.
Sorry. Just a small handful. And then I'm done. There's so much sugar packed into those grapes and it's natural sugar. It's not added sugar, and it's not high fructose corn syrup or anything like that. So that's my go-to for my sweet tooth.
Hey, I'm Jessica. Sam. I'm not gonna try. I don't want to mess up your last name.
Sam Blawowski.
You've got a great point, and I just want to highlight your point as we continue on. There's more to preparedness than just stockpiling. Yes. Learn some skills so you can replenish things and take care of yourself. Skills are very important. Stockpiles can run out, and yes. We agree.
That's where we're getting to, that the grapes are great, and the strawberries and all that stuff is great, but if you don't know how to grow them or can them,
where are you going to get them?
So yes, we do. That's why we homestead. We have a cow for milk. We have, pigs for meat. We have a beef for, cow for meat. So we have gardens. So yes, we do resupply. This is just for
the other stuff.
It's just for the other stuff that we can't grow here or can't get a hold of easily.
Or frankly, it's just cheaper to do it this way.
Yeah, it's cheaper to do it this way for us. It's food insurance. It's inflation of prices, but it's also it's for our daughter Grace too. It's to help her to survive.
Well, and here's the other thing too. I was talking to a gentleman last night who wanted to get interested in the actual business side of Thrive Life, because it's super cheap and you get food. It's not like you pay a bunch of money to like join a club and then you buy stuff. You buy all this food and then they just let you into the business side of things.
Right.
We can talk about that later, but I was talking to him about this. And he is an RV enthusiast. And I said, well, this is perfect for that then, because you could have literally a gourmet pantry in your RV without refrigeration, and it's just always there ready to go.
Yep.
It's always there ready to go.
Exactly.
So he thought, boy, I think a lot of people might be interested in that side of it. And I agree. So basically, it's for preparedness, long-term storable food that either you can't get a hold of or grow yourself or replenish yourself. That's important stuff, but also too, make a living. I don't, a lot of you guys may know Live Simple, Live Free channel, Bill Keller and Elizabeth, his lovely bride, and they are a level above us. And without getting into numbers, let's just say they do pretty good.
Yeah.
They do pretty good.
They are very debt-free.
They're blessed.
Yeah.
And they're very debt-free.
Very debt-free. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. And there's a whole business side to this that it's so easy. I mean, it's not like I'm sure many of you have, the Amway brand. Well, when we were just out of high school, I joined Amway, and you got your box of soap and stuff, and then you have to buy stuff and store it, and then when somebody
sell that,
and then you had to fill out these checks for everybody, and it was a big mess, and I quit quickly, and I swore I would never do another MLM again.
This one's so easy.
I don't store this stuff except for our family, so we don't store it. We don't ship it. Matter of fact, most of the time, all I ever do is I see that some of you have bought something.
Yeah. And that's wonderful. Thank you.
It's a huge blessing. And thank you. But that's literally it. I don't pay out. All we do is get a check in.
Right. Yeah. And with that, I want to address Monica B's frustration. I totally understand that frustration.
Well, we got to
right.
restate
So
it.
she says the only issue I have with Thrive Life is that when I have automatic orders, most of the time they run out of the things before the shipping date, and it is frustrating. I get that. I've had that frustration too. However, this is how I have resolved that frustration for me. So our shipment ships on the 23rd or processes on the 23rd, doesn't ship that day. So on the 21st or 22nd, I know I have money in my bank account right then. So I will go to the Thrive Life website. I will stock my grocery cart and I will ship now, because then I know what's coming and what's not. So that I know the whole monthly, getting it set up months in advance is easy, but.
Well, there's another bigger issue even than that, is that go to look at the website because it's stockpiled full of stuff.
Right.
When all of the nonsense hit about a year ago, they got completely hammered and sold out of all of their products.
Right.
Well, since that time, they've added over 150 new employees.
And
that's how fast.
They added, how many freeze dryers?
I think
did
another
they add?
two
bus-size freeze dryers.
They're $1 million each.
They're humongous, yeah.
And so they've increased their ability to put out a lot way faster than ever before. And that's happening now. So if you just go look, like there's a link down below, open another window just while we're even chatting, you won't believe all the stuff that's there. And I actually one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about was the stuff that's going on in January. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to you because she's the numbers lady.
Right. Numbers lady.
The numbers lady.
Right, yeah.
I'm just all excited and tell, hey, people, this is great.
Right.
And then she gives you the numbers.
So with right now in January, sorry, lost my train of thought for a second because I read that the mushrooms and celery are out. So in the month of January, if you want to sign up to be a consultant, there is a $50 starter kit right now. Just in the month of January, it's a great time to get started for that.
But that's for the business side,
That's
people.
the business side. That's to become a consultant. And in that packet, probably 95% of what's in that kit is food.
Yeah.
So you're spending $50 on a bunch of food.
Yeah.
It's honestly so worth it.
Well, and there's two other kits as well. There's
two
one
other
that's
kits.
around $100, I think.
I think it.
She can
I'll tell you in a second.
look it up. And then there's the big kit, which is $220, I believe. And that one, you get 11 cans of stuff, including some meat in there.
Right.
There's other snackies.
Right.
And so what's cool about it, guys, is that even if you were like, I don't want to do the business, you could sign up because it's a better deal.
Right.
And then just be like, I'm not doing it.
No. There's a medium-sized kit that's $100 even, and then there's the bigger kit that's $220. But seriously, there's
11 cans.
2, 3, 4, 11 pantry cans. That size. That's a pantry can.
Yeah.
Show the difference in size.
Oh, yeah. These are because we have a big family.
Yeah, we had a big family, so we usually buy the bigger cans. But if it's just one or two people,
These are fine.
the pantry cans are great.
Somebody was asking about organic.
There are
many products that are.
not anymore.
all.
Not anymore.
They changed
They
it?
have changed it. Yeah, there are no more USDA classified organic items. However, a lot of the food items are grown in different areas of the world, and they don't use the pesticides that are used here. So they cannot classify them as USDA organic because they're not grown here.
And it's also not that standard, even though it's the same thing.
Right. And for a farm to become USDA classified organic is so expensive and very difficult to do.
Yeah.
I know we probably could do that here on our farm, but we don't grow anything and sell anything to be
not enough.
Not enough. No.
And we know some people that do have that classification that do like a CSA locally. And let me tell you what, it is a nightmare. And you could do the same exact thing.
Right.
You could do, but to jump through all their hoops, it's costly, takes a lot of time.
Yep.
And frankly, there's somebody breathing down your neck all the time.
Right. And do you really want to have to answer to the USDA every time bring in something? And, no, honestly, I really don't want that control. Why do you think I homeschool? Come on, guys.
All right. So the now there is a second way to do this too. Well, there's a bunch of ways. Yeah. Let's say you just wanted to buy something. Well, you just buy something. No commitment, no strings, no nothing. It's just you buy something.
Right.
There's a second way where you can get free shipping if you sign up as a delivery customer and you make sure that you just buy $100 worth of stuff.
Right. Yeah. So, and when you do the monthly deliveries, anytime you order something in the monthly deliveries, it's 15% off that retail price.
Yep.
So then when you get free shipping, it's an additional, I mean, think about if you're buying $100 worth of stuff, how much is shipping?
Yeah.
You're looking at, $20. That's another $20 off.
Yeah.
So that's a lot that's a lot.
Well, and again, we don't have to rush out to the store for just about anything unless we just want to.
Right. Right. The only thing that they don't do is potato chips. I mean, come on. No, teasing.
Potato chips.
I'm just teasing.
One of our favorite things, though, is the tomato powder.
I don't have it anymore.
Oh, I can't talk about it then. No. They just see, they've added a bunch of new products and they took some away.
Right.
Like they got rid of they called them Simple Plate for the most part. There's and that was basically like you get a box and it was a meal, like a gourmet meal, but it just had all the individual ingredients and then it had a cool little card to show you how to put together, which okay, but and they weren't bad. It just was like I'd rather use my own recipes, and that's what they've done. They've gotten back to individual ingredients.
Yeah,
and I love that because then you're making your recipes.
Yeah, I do like to have simple ingredients. There's a lot of preparedness companies out there that have these prepackaged meals. There's so much sodium and MSG in those things. That is one of the main reasons why I love this company, because you know what? That can just has grapes in it. There's nothing else. The can just the other one has just strawberries in it. It's just mushrooms, just onions. There's no added nonsense. And then again, like you said, you can create your own meals. Especially for those who are gluten-free or they have to have keto. That's such a huge worry, with these other packets, that there could be gluten in it. There could be,
it's
tons
always
of
labeled.
Sugar. Yeah, it's always labeled. Right, I mean, it's grapes. It's just grapes. Of course it's gluten-free,
Yeah.
But
sorry, go ahead.
No, I lost where I was going to go.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
Okay. One of the bigger customer bases that we have, people that are just blessing us by going through our site to get this stuff, which is awesome, and we're very grateful and thank you, is a growing number of them are folks who have arthritis or maybe getting up there in age, and they still want to make their own meals, but they can't do it anymore because it hurts.
Yeah, right.
And I feel so blessed that they're able to get cooking again, instead of just relying on something that somebody brought them from somewhere.
Yeah.
And you know what it's like when you make your own stuff. To have somebody else do everything for you, it gets a little bit rough,
frustrating,
challenging. And so that is one of the bigger growing areas as people are getting a little bit older and they want to keep doing their own thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And another one is the RVing group. Is they can fill up a pantry and it's just there. And this stuff, if you don't open it, this is good on the shelf for 25 years.
25 to 30, yeah. Depending on the can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And think about that too. Here's another thing. Whatever, I don't know the exact number of what this costs right now, this grapes. Do you think 25 years from now it's going to go up or down?
It's going to go up.
It's kind of like a hedge.
Yeah.
Against inflation. So we are talking about the Thrive Life Foods Lakeside.
We are, yeah.
And
not Thrive Market, it's Thrive Life.
There's a link.
Thrive Market has other things.
Yeah.
I've never even looked at their website, so I don't even know what all they have. It's like vitamins and stuff, but no, this is just Thrive Life freeze-dried foods, and they're so yummy.
Yeah, Lisa, that's what we're literally.
The grapes are amazing. I absolutely love them.
We brought out the candy.
Yeah.
You know what sold us originally, though, because this was a newer product.
The purple grapes came out for a temporary time.
But it was the blueberries.
The blueberries are what sold us because they are delicious.
Crunchy. super sugary, packed with that big blueberry taste.
Oh yeah.
It is a weird thing. I'll tell you though, the truth is this, like when you eat like a strawberry, for example, it's funny because it's crisp and it's crunchy until your mouth actually wets it up with your saliva.
Rehydrates it.
So right at first it's a little tart because there's no moisture in it. But then it's like you get this bang explosion of flavor. And that I find that with all of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I only had maybe a quarter cup of those grapes since we started, maybe. My mouth is still like super sweet.
Oh yeah. So Ruth J's asking about the raspberries and other berries. They're delicious, honestly. The raspberries, they're a tad tart, which is
because they don't have the water in them.
Because they don't have the water in them. The blackberries are ridiculously good.
Well, you're air quotes a sucker for blackberries anyway.
I love blackberries. The only thing I hate about blackberries is the seeds, but I love blackberries.
Yeah.
The corn, okay.
Sweet corn.
The corn, the freeze-dried corn is unbelievably good.
Yeah.
It is not like, okay, if you dehydrate corn,
it gets
it's
hard
like a rock, exactly. And you're going to break your teeth if you eat that. The corn that's freeze-dried is super soft and very, very sweet.
It's almost like popcorn. There's a crunch to it a little bit.
Yeah, I would say
and
it's
then
like
it goes,
popcorn.
Oh, wow, that's corn.
Yeah, it's so good.
It is weird to be thinking, like somebody earlier said one of their favorite snacks is the freeze-dried cauliflower.
Yes, I love eating the broccoli straight out of the can. Oh, it's so good.
I will tell you, though, you got to be careful that if you just go nuts, you better drink some water.
Oh, yeah.
Because think about it. It's like this stuff is shrunk up in the process. That was probably a whole grape.
It's going to take a lot of water out of your body.
Yeah.
So RU is saying, so with freeze-dried foods, you can use them to bake goods, in baked goods, and cooking them just...
Tell them our trick.
Okay. When I bake blueberry muffins...
Oh, my gracious.
Or a raspberry cake...
Oh, my gracious.
I do not... rehydrate the fruits. Nope. I put them in there dry. There's no need to rehydrate them because the liquid from the cake batter or the muffin mix is going to rehydrate those. So there's no need to do that.
You got to talk about the muffins.
I already talked about the muffins.
No, but how they stay.
Oh, yeah. Usually when you use fresh blueberries from the store or frozen blueberries, they explode in the muffin and they squish. These don't.
They stay like a big whole blueberry.
Yeah, they stay like a whole big blueberry. And they don't turn your blueberry mix blue. Yeah. You have little tiny pockets of blueberry and they're so good.
Yeah, we should try that with, just make a muffin, but instead of putting blueberries in it, put the ground beef.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Don't tell anybody. Just do it. Cheese chunks.
Oh, the cheese.
The cheese is great.
So delicious. They have the snack bags. They have the snack bags. And they're, little cubes of cheddar cheese. They have pretzels and Havarti. Oh, so yummy.
The Havarti is ridiculously good. It's creamy. And what's honestly so strange about it is like you'll get a big can of it and it's in like shredded pieces like you would get shredded. Like if you bought shredded cheddar from the store, it's in like pieces like that. Well, you can honestly sit and snack straight on it. And it's like the creamiest. It's weird because at first you stick it in your mouth and it's odd because it's hard at first. But then as soon as your saliva rehydrates it or you start biting into it, it feels like a super, super cheesy, salty snack.
Yeah.
Without the salt.
Right.
Yeah.
So country homestead preacher. Okay, so you have one kid that is very picky
and
won't eat any vegetables. The corn is super sweet. The cauliflower and broccoli tastes like cauliflower and broccoli, but it's just crunchy. So it could be just
love it.
They might like it because it doesn't seem like they're eating this vegetable. They're just eating a snack. So it would be worth a try.
Well, and they do sell small snack bags, so you wouldn't have to buy a big can of something to find out if it's going to work.
Well, for some items, yes, they have the peas and the corn and cheese in little snack bags, and some other snacky items. But everything, I mean, if you wanted to try something, getting a pantry can is a great way to get started, just because they're not as expensive as the big cans. So,
Julie, thank you. We don't have a set time for it. The reason why we're doing a live thing, usually we'd be doing homestead stuff or homeschool stuff, or honestly, lately I've been recording a new praise and worship record. I've been writing music and recording a lot since it's cold outside, and you know, the farm's pretty much taken care of except for animals morning and night, and the kids have their chores lined up, and so we've got a lot more free time.
Right.
Oh, Joni,
Especially,
you have no idea how much of a blessing that is to me. You have no idea. I love audio. I've been in, you know, audio and video production forever.
He's quite OCD about it, actually.
I am. So to have somebody say it, man. But anyway, so
okay.
I was gone. Now I'm back.
I'm going to go back to a couple other comments. Ruth J says, do they have a selection of organic products and goat cheese? They do not have anything labeled as organic. I did explain a little earlier. They grow things all over the country, all over the world. And a lot of farmers don't use the USDA, but they don't use the pesticides like they do in some areas here.
Yeah.
So they're not designated USDA, but usually they are organic, and all of the products are non-GMO.
Yes,
that is an important thing for a lot of folks.
Yes,
goat cheese. I wish they had goat cheese, but they don't. I love goat cheese. I'm the only one that loves goat cheese. And we don't have goats anymore, and
you could have a goat.
I do not want a goat because you'll want a sheep.
Exactly.
So no, I don't want a goat.
You ever have that, folks, when you're just like, I don't know why I want a thing, a specific thing. I just do. And it just seems like, I don't know, maybe it's because we've spent most of our lives in, you know, church and in Bible and reading scripture. And I guess maybe it's because sheep are equated to humans so often, and sheep are kind of dumb. So maybe it's just that I need maybe I just need a good reminder, But yeah, a nice fluffy sheep.
No. And the other comment, Robert Brown, excuse me, the blueberry muffin recipe is actually in our cookbook.
Ooh.
Is it in our first cookbook? I think it's in our first one.
I think so.
Our family favorites. Pretty sure it's in that one.
Know what?
And it's a digital download, so
I can try to, if I remember, I'll put it up on our website within the next couple days as just a, here you go.
Right.
So
I'm actually going to look at the cookbook. I have the cookbook on my laptop, so I'm going to look real quick.
Okay, well, you do that and I'll chat. The thing is this, okay, when you talk about, now I got it. I'm back now. When we were talking about Amway, what I wanted to get at with the difference, first of all, I didn't want to do an MLM, but there's nothing for you to really do, is you get your website set up, which is only $9 a month for Thrive. And all we ever do is just tell people about the website. The end. If they want to go buy something, they go buy something. If they don't, nobody's pressuring you to go, you know, the great carrot shakedown of 2020. You will buy the carrots, buy them. No, we don't do that. We're just like, hey, here it is. And so, but what I used to tell people is like, okay, there's 3 different levels right now because, oh, by the way, that is only in January. There's only 3 different levels right now. There's a $50 level, which it's mostly food to get in. Then there's like $100-ish one that's mostly food to get in. And there's a $220. Now, let me ask you, for what business can you get into with a professional image? Everything's all done for you. You don't have to market it. You don't have to think up the idea. You don't have to have the idea made. It's all there. So what business can you get into that you don't have to store it, ship it, none of that stuff? You just get your check, and every single person you ever meet not only needs the product to survive, but it's so novel and people are interested, genuinely interested. And the whole 30-year shelf life thing, that's a huge bonus. What business can you get into for $100 that does that? I honestly don't know of one other than
no,
Thrive
I know.
Life.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I can't get to your website. It says it's down.
Yeah, I was just going to respond. I don't know what's going on with our website right now. I just checked it. And
Did we not pay the bill?
I thought we did. See here.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, it's not.
It'll be back up soon.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on with it. So,
It'll be backed up soon.
Brad's the tech guy, not me.
Yeah.
So yeah, Old Glory Farm. They're not that bad.
Oh, the sheep, bad. I love
sheep,
it.
Bad sheep. No way.
Sheep are great pets. See, Deborah said.
Okay, you have to have specific fencing for sheep, and right now we don't have that, and so
I'll build the fence.
No.
Build the fence. Sand the floor. Mop the bucket. We just watched Karate Kid the other day.
Our kids hadn't seen it yet, so we watched it with them, and so
yeah. So anyway, that's honestly, and if you're even halfway interested in finding out more, email me. My email address is in the description, and I have typed out like it's like one paragraph of here's like the broad overview of everything it is, what kind of money you make, because there's it's not just a commission too. There's actually like a profit sharing thing that happens, and there's also, well, for lack of a better term, goodies. Because if you sell X amount, it's like other MLMs that you get stuff like we got an iPad once, and I think we just won a trip to Cancun, but we're not going to Cancun.
Oh, are you kidding? No
now?
Way. No way.
I don't want to get on a plane and leave the country.
I don't even want to leave the state, let alone go out of the country. No way.
No, and I wish we could give it away, but they don't allow you to give it away.
It's non-transferable.
Because I would give it away. We'd do like a contest or something and be like, who can do the best hula hoop? Video it and post it. Nice. I don't know. But yeah, but there's my email address is down there. So if you're interested in finding out more, it's a good deal right now because they put becoming a consultant on sale. And one other thing, she's still looking. The other thing is if you sign up and you're like, this isn't for me, all you have to do is just don't buy anything. And then you don't have to find some crazy little thing to cancel. You don't have to call and hound them. No. You just turn your purchases off. And then in 6 months' time, they just remove you from the records.
Right. So, okay, Lakeside Homestead with Dave and Karen. Is there a Canadian location I don't know about?
No, you can just
order. There's no need to worry about a location. You can order it through the main website. Steve Ganink actually put our link up there, which thank you very much. That site's the one working, but it's our Big Family Homestead that's not working. I'm not exactly sure why. But yeah, just order it and state where you're coming from, and you can. It's Canada. What other countries are there?
Well, Japan, I think.
Yeah, Puerto Rico, Japan, Canada, Alaska, and Hawaii. And then the continental United States. So.
Yeah. So don't forget. And what are the sales this month right now, other than to be a consultant?
There is some. Hold on.
And again, guys, they've added 150 new employees. That's a significant bump. And so they're serious about getting product out and doing it quickly.
Right. Okay, January specials, the blueberries, mashed potatoes, which are really good.
We use them all the time.
I'm not a huge I was never a huge fan of I always called them fake potatoes, but these are really good. Strawberry slices, the cheddar cheese, the shredded cheddar cheese, small diced beef,
which is
carrots,
excellent.
Instant brown rice they're also on sale, and they're all really good items. I love the instant rice.
Yeah. Well, and okay, for somebody who maybe has not had freeze-dried meat. Okay. One of the big things that, like, if you get something from Mountain House or whatever, we tried all of the different companies before we ended up with Thrive Life. And it's just weird. It feels weird in your mouth. This they're big chunks of meat, and it feels right. Like the striations are there.
Yes, the
And
grains
there's chew
of
to
yes,
it.
yes. There is texture to it. Yes.
It's not just like I'm eating mush that kind of tastes like meat. It's not like that at all.
No, there's the chicken. If you rehydrate a piece of chicken or a piece of the sliced beef or the diced beef, whatever it is, the sliced beef. Excuse me. When you rehydrate it and then you pull it apart, you can see
It's meat.
the grains in the meat that is there when you have a piece of meat that you bought from the store.
Yeah.
So it's not any different.
Well, yeah, and I think we're going to actually be done because you got to finish up homeschool.
Yeah, we still have science to do.
And I've got my son, Jonathan. He's stationed, our son, Jonathan.
It's all good. I didn't have anything to do with it.
Whatever. Cheezo pizza. And I never do that. I don't know why I ever do that.
It's okay. I'm not offended.
I don't know. It's weird because when we're talking to you, we're just staring at a little light right at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
And it's very odd.
Yes.
Because our faces are right there. And so anyway, so maybe I got distracted. We'll call it a distraction. So Jonathan is in Germany right now. And because Germany has just done new versions of stay at home and the whole bit, I don't want to say too much. Don't say it. He literally has to stay in his room if he's not at work. Think of it like a dorm room. And he's been there for months.
Yeah.
And even video games are no fun anymore.
Right.
Let's just say that for a young guy. And so we're going to be sending him a box of goodies and a bunch of stuff, hopefully to cheer him up a little bit.
Cheer him up and give him something healthy to eat.
But yes.
Because
It's garbage.
they go to they call it the DFAC, which it stands for something that I can't remember. DFAC? DFAC. Okay,
Yeah.
It's garbage food. It is absolute garbage.
He hates it.
And it's so not healthy for you. It's loaded with sodium and just a bunch of garbage. So he goes and gets pizza from the they call it, what did they call it?
Well, it's like a quickie
Shop mart
like
or
a
something.
Quickie Mart.
Yeah, it's like a quickie mart, grocery, like a little gas station type thing. So he gets garbage. He gets garbage from there too. And then that costs him more money. So we're sending him
some goodies.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to make a comment. Frizzy KK. The problem with you never getting a book is we don't sell books.
They're digital downloads.
It's very clear. It's like 4 spots in the description that it's only ever been a digital download.
Right.
We can't afford to actually make physical copies, and that's actually in there too.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry that you probably maybe misunderstood that or missed it.
Yeah.
But it's in there in the description several times.
Right. Thank you, Teresa. It is a shopette. That's what they're calling it.
And also, Frizz KK.
Yes.
If you feel like you would like to get a refund, we'll go and look and make sure, and you can get one because we don't want to have anybody upset with us.
No, not at all.
No,
not at all.
We'd rather refund whatever, and that's not a problem.
Right.
But just we don't ever mail physical copies of books because we can't afford to.
I'm gonna put my email on here real quick and just email me your information and I'll look it up and to make sure that everything went through properly.
Oh, but
and I can also resend you the email links because they expire after 30 days.
Right. So we'll be happy to either make sure you get the download if that's what you want, or a refund if that's what you want.
Yep.
So, but going back to Jonathan in Germany, he's stuck there. But we live in a very small town, and the post office is only open a few days a week and only at certain times of the day.
Yeah.
So I got to get over there. Oh, is it 1 o'clock that they close, or is it 1 o'clock they open back up?
They open at 1:30.
Okay.
So we're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Because I got to pack it all up
We got to
first.
pack it up. Yeah.
So anyway, that to say, check out the Thrive Life stuff, guys. If you're wanting to get prepping, this is an excellent way to start. An excellent way to start.
Right. Because it's simple ingredients and you can create your own meals to tailor it to what you guys like to eat. It's not just this gloopy mess, that comes in a prepackaged bag that's not healthy for you at all. So,
I'll tell you, this is actually truth. when you have a YouTube channel, sometimes companies will give you stuff in exchange for a plug, like, you know, just like advertising.
Right.
Well, I'm not going to name the company because I don't want to shame anybody or make it weird. But there was a company that sent us a big, like, tubs, like pre-packaged tub survival thing, food. And we tried it and we were like,
it didn't have, I mean, I guess if you were starving,
you'd eat it.
You'd eat it. But that's only going to sustain life, not allow you to thrive.
And we ended up giving it away.
Yeah, we did.
And happily so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this stuff is ridiculous. Anyway, so that said, information links are down below. And you want to find out?
Sorry. I hope you guys didn't hear that.
Oh, I heard that. You know, it's funny too, because you forget, since it's just a little dot, you forget that there's a lot of people watching.
I forget that there's a microphone right here in front of me.
I have a funny habit, and I'm surprised I haven't done it. Where is it? Oh, it's because it got shoved aside. What? I don't know where it is. I have a funny habit, and this is it. When I'm sitting at my computer and I have a spot where it's like, I got to think. I'll start doing this. I'll start combing my beard. And I've caught myself during our Bible devotion, which is on Big Family Devotions. I've caught myself doing it just as we're talking or reading scripture or something.
Yeah.
And so
that's funny.
Good, Brad. You got away from your weird habit.
But you still did it.
Well, I had to show him.
Still did it though.
So, well, anyway, why don't you wind us up, Mama?
I think we're already wound up.
You're wound up?
Yeah.
This is bright.
It is really bright.
The sun came across.
Yeah. He's got a box that's in the window to block the sun, and the sun is moving. We're facing south, so it moves across the window. So
yeah.
Yeah. And Nana's up here because she still doesn't like the puppy.
Oh yeah, there she is.
She's right there. Nana.
Come
here, Nana. Come here. Oh, it's so hard.
I don't want to get up, Daddy. Come here. Have you any idea how many calories it takes for me to go from point A to point B?
Come here, girl. Here's you, Nana. Yeah. It's funny because hasn't since we got the puppy, she won't come near me. Because the puppy is always around me. And
her nose is out of joint.
Her nose is so out of joint.
Seriously.
And I went to pet her yesterday, and I made her come to me. And I just was like, her head is as big as that puppy.
Yeah.
Just had, you mess with the puppy's head, and then you mess with her head, and she's massive. And she's actually a small St. Bernard, so.
Yeah. So anyhow, so that's it. Links are down below for email. Links are down below for the Thrive website. And folks, do something. If you haven't done something, go buy some rice.
Yeah.
Go buy some beans. We don't know what's coming, and we don't deal in fear. We deal in being prepared, level-headed, planned. So there you have it. You guys have an awesome and a blessed day. So yeah, I'm going to turn this off, and you guys find something constructive to do.
Go buy some rice and beans.
Yeah, get some rice and
beans.
Buy
some seeds.
Bye.